Hello and welcome everybody as we resume the War of Inheritance. Happy New Year to all of you. We have a very special episode to kick things off with this time. We are not running in Dungeons and Dragons because Dungeons and Dragons is a game for heroes and these characters are anything but. This is a one-shot game and I would like everybody to raise an imaginary toast with me as we start. Look down at your character sheets. To you who are about to die, we salute you.
Still say you should have run it in dread.
Happy New Year, everybody. All right, with that in mind, would we like to go around the table and introduce our characters? Jacob, we'll start with you.
Rick Fontaine,
PI.
PI of where, I hear you say? Well, I'll have you know I'm the second best investigator in Krassos.
Not that that's a sore point.
I've always got a lit cigar. I say I've got old eyes.
In your other two?
And I'm a triple divorcee.
Those are the aspects. Lovely.
Oh, my.
So, David, tell us about your character, please.
Sorry.
He's gone.
It's fine. My character's name is Lady Jane, but having read this, I can't help but see her as anything other than Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. But that's okay. It's probably how I'm going to play this character.
That's fine by me.
Lead
Lady Jane, tell us about her.
I am Lady Jane, an aging debutante adventurer, thank you very much. Terribly high society, completely broke. Is incredibly high class, a touch of class indeed to any situation, and a decent splash of gin. But I do, in fact, never miss a single detail.
Lovely, thank you very much.
What does debutante mean?
Debutante is like a fancy lady.
They would
like
come
me.
out, from the high society.
Yeah, like
They would
Freya
get
is,
introduced at a
is
ball. This would be their
more-
debut ball, and they would
Yeah.
be called debutants when they were brought out and shown to society, and they were now eligible for marrying.
Yes.
Yes, but this is an aging debutante, so maybe 20 years ago she was a young ingenue, and now she's still trying really hard to be a young ingenue.
Yeah.
Or indeed, these are the steers that I have written. Do with these characters what you will. Zoe.
I'm Lieutenant Bensley.
Oh my god.
Cool.
I am a grizzled war veteran. I'm loyal to the bone, a scholar and a fighter.
You got them readings.
And I have a soft spot.
You do
But
indeed.
for what?
But for what? We'll figure it out. Okay.
Military.
Lieutenant Bensley, she's pretty cool. And Amy.
I am Sabrina. I am a scrappy street urchin.
Oh no.
I have a pet rat. One of my aspects is, where did you get that? And my tagline is, well, gee willikers. So this is going to be fun.
Possibly not be.
Okay, so
I use my old eyes.
the theming for this is 20s gothic noir, right? It's set in the same fantasy world, but that's the tropes. That's the
Fantasy
shtick.
world, gothic noir, medieval
That's right.
detective.
You're a triple divorcee, right?
Yeah. And you're the aging debutante.
Any objections if I'm one of them?
No.
Good.
Marvellous. You can decide where in the lineage that happens. This is
I think it isn't
Twice.
important.
Twice.
Just that it,
Two of the three.
No, not two of the three.
all three of them. Okay.
On again, off again. We're
So
just
this-
making it formal.
This takes place in the capital city of Redwind, and Redwind is the capital city in Krassos. It is where Timble is from. And strange things have been happening in Redwind as the rain continues to slick the cobbled streets and folk go to bed earlier and earlier for fear of strange movements out in the darkness. There is a plague that has been appearing. Slowly but surely, ever increasing numbers of civilians have been going mad. The cause of this madness is unknown, but as the brains of the outfit, Lady Jane, you have been charged by a noble who you have a distant connection to and have never met in person, Lady Octavia. And she knows that you hang out with some interesting investigator types. Interesting investigator types. And you've been charged by her to discover exactly what is behind this increased spate of madness. And to that end, you have headed to one of the sanatoriums in Krassos. It is in fact, the sanatorium has been located by Rick Fontaine, who is, as the brains of the outfit, who knows everywhere in Krassos like the back of his very well-worn hand. Well-worn from what we won't say. He has taken you to Mensa's Sanatorium, M-E-N-C-E-R. Mensa's Sanatorium. And it looks like a large, off-white, creepy Gothic building. It has 3 floors. It has a large cast iron railing around the outside of it.
I heard crematorium.
No, sanatorium.
Right, yep.
What's a sanatorium?
Place where you put mad people.
Ah.
When
And
they're not very nice.
there is lightning flashing outside as you stand in the rain.
Well, gee willikers. I don't know if I should go in here. This is the sort of place where they won't let me leave.
Then go home, kid.
Aw, Rick, don't be like that.
No, play nicely, everybody. We're here to discover what terrible fate is befalling these people, and
They got put in a sanatorium.
well, yes, for why is rather more important, Rick.
Can you pass me that piece of paper from you, David?
Yes, sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, that has
Yeah,
all of
I need
your...
that. That's how to do this. The rain really starts lashing it down.
Well, there's no point in us standing out here and getting wet. Shall we?
Instead of parasol.
It's an umbrella. What are you taking?
Perfect. Well, you're ever prepared.
I'm going to come and take LT's hand.
Okay. Bensley, the small child Sabrina, has come and grabbed your hand.
Yes, be careful.
That's
Oh,
amazing. If you just keep the volume up a little bit, that would be awesome. Okay, so the gate is shut,
Everything will be fine.
and there is a lock on the iron railings outside.
Oh, really? Is this locked?
Locked on the outside?
That's correct. Oh no, the lock is on the inside,
Oh, okay.
but it has been locked.
Okay.
Child, would you be so good?
I'll see what I can do.
What would you like to use?
I'd like to procure some lockpicks from my pocket using where did you get that?
Okay, so I think
No man, look, just the key.
roll me where did you get that, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Sorry, we haven't given ourselves stats. So you have no. This is important. So you have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 that you
Really
can
need to have
distribute
things.
wherever you like. Everybody has 4 aspects in this. You have a +1, a +2, a +3, and a +4. In addition, if it is the first time you have used that aspect, you gain +3 to it to incentivize you to move your things around and try things you don't have.
Okay, right, so I'm doing where did you get that? I get a 23. You add +3?
23. All right.
23!
Okay.
I pulled the key out of my pocket.
Yeah, on a 23, Sabrina reaches into her scruffy rags and pulls out a huge ring of keys. There must be like 50 keys on this ring.
Try that one, miss.
I think we already know who the antagonist
Thank you,
is.
child. Always a pleasure. If at some point you could take my garden keys off that ring, I'd very much appreciate it.
If I could work out which one they were, I'd be happy to.
Yes. I will hand the key to Rick.
The door opens, and there's a as it swings inwards. There's another flash of lightning, and everything is backlit in blacks and blues. And
Oh,
you
this
start
feels ominous.
you start making your way up.
Have you been on
towards
the streets recently? The whole place feels ominous, dear.
the large stone building. As you approach, you can hear, it's quite hard against the rain, there's some eerie noises and someone pouring tea. There's some eerie noises coming from the upper floors. They just sound like vague and indistinct moans from here.
Sounds like my second wife.
Oh, thank you not to mention it.
You get to the front door, there's a pair of large double set wooden doors. Who's knocking on the door?
Allow me.
Okay, Bensley smashes into the door. Are you in armour, Bensley?
Yes, of course.
All right. Lieutenant Bensley smashes on the door repeatedly, and the sound boom, boom, boom echoes throughout the complex. There's some footsteps from within, a rattling of a key in a lock, and then as the door opens, and you look and you see a large, dimly lit hallway and a very diminutive person standing there. Is a human, age very difficult to guess, old and kind of withered and wrinkled and small in a very nicely fitting suit. He looks up at you.
Oh, good evening, my good man. If you'd be so good as to invite us in out of the rain, thank you very much, and I will walk in past him.
Would you like to roll me something?
I think it's attitude, so I'd like to black high society.
High society works fine for me.
That is plus a 5 is 17.
17 is great. Excuse me, madam.
Thank you very much.
Madam, no,
it's
he backs
terrible
out
like that.
of
I'm
the
going to dust off my umbrella.
The
and,
doorway is clear.
hand my umbrella to him. And thank
No,
you
I'm
very
not.
much.
I'll give my coat.
No, stop.
Excellent. Yes.
Man,
So
McCaffrey.
we're here to establish an audit of books, my good man. We've been having some quite unfortunate rumours about things of late. Would you be so good as to wake the manager of the building?
My name says, dropping your things.
I will cock a single eyebrow at him.
My name is Mr. Mercer. Mensa, that's right, not Mr. Mercer.
That raises some problems.
My name is Mr. Mensa. This is my sanatorium.
Ah, greetings, Mr. Mensa.
You need to hire my staff.
We are having a staffing difficulty at the moment. We have lost some staff and acquired some inmates.
Yes, I understand there's some of that going round at the moment.
You have an appointment here.
Of course I haven't.
What is the name, please?
My
He says, and he
name-
goes to a side room, opens the door and pulls out a large ledger.
My name is Lady Jane Shylock.
Lady Jane Shylock. No, I'm afraid I don't have you in here, and it is after visiting hours.
Oh, we're here to see you, my good man. We're here to see you and discuss this facility and what's been going on recently. Terrible things have been happening to people.
All right, so you've all come in out of the rain, and you've all moved into this. Well, at least he has taken you in, but he's now looking. And who exactly are your companions, Miss Shylock?
Lady Shylock.
Lady
Mr. Mensa.
Shylock.
These are my various.
Yeah, I'm starting to just idle down the corridor and have a look around.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, you've rolled well enough in your high society that you are distracting this guy while the rest of them have made their way down the hallway. We'll come back to that in a
That's absolutely
second.
fine.
I'll still be this in the talking to him.
You'll stay with Mr. Mensa. Okay, so you two have started to make your way through. There's another flash of lightning that illuminates the wall from a window, and both of you see a message written on the ceiling that says, "Don't go to the third floor," and then it's gone in the darkness.
Something tells me we should go to the third floor.
I don't know, right?
You see a lot- says the child. No. You see that there is
Good idea. You'll go.
a corridor leading down. In fact, the main corridor leads down to a branching set of wings. You have a west wing and an east wing, both of which look like they house patients here.
So what are we looking for, Rick?
We want to know what happened to these people.
Okay.
Why did we should try and find Someone who's coming here recent.
I'm gonna have a look around and see if I can see anything that looks like a patient list.
Okay, cool. Make me a. I guess where did you get that?
I guess it is.
Yeah,
Where
that's
did you
okay.
get that? That is 19.
19.
No.
Oh, 21.
21. 21. Yeah. So Sabrina goes running off into the darkness, and Rick Fontaine, PI, watches a child run off and goes, "Well, if she dies, she dies." And after a second, Sabrina comes back and has found you a thick sheaf of sheets of paper, on which is a list of all the inmates here.
Look through and find one that's recent. Who was the last person to be admitted?
Okay, so the last person to be admitted was, in fact, her name is Nurse Amber.
Nurse Amber. And is there a record of where she's kept?
Yeah, she's on the second floor.
Okay. Start with Nurse Amber on the second floor.
Okay.
Room 206. Great, so you guys start heading up to... you find a set of stairs, and you start making your way up the stairs.
You think we should leave the other two down here or all go up together?
I don't think that man wants us to be here.
Alright, LT.
The double salute.
Bensley at your service, civilian. Mensa.
Gives you a very limp, weak handshake.
Might you avail me of any written observations of the afflicted?
We take copious records here. We are, of course, working just as hard as we can on a cure. There's a dong and a clock strikes somewhere. I really must insist that you come back at another time. We have...
Is there some problem with your written observations?
Why precisely?
Have you misplaced them?
Why should I
I
provide?
shall search for them.
Lady Sherlock will pull a expensive at some point but very worn cigarette case from her from somewhere, and will put a cigarette in her mouth and a tiny amount of arcane power to light it, or is that pushing?
No, there is no magic in this group.
No magic.
It's,
Okay.
But
And-
you can light a cigarette. That's fine.
And we'll light up a tinderbox and. Yes, Lieutenant Bensley is terribly thorough on these kind of things, and I'm sure will be a phenomenal help to you and your investigations here.
Hey, LT, if you're looking for something, I think it might be on the second floor.
Reporting!
See, already such bounds we've made, Mr.
No,
Mensa.
you must. I must.
This way, come on.
Okay, so he leans around the door, and it looks like he's going to shout for somebody, unless anybody does something about it. Going once, going twice, going chicken soup with rice. He is shouting, and he shouts, "Orderlies! Orderlies! Orderlies! We have intruders! Orderlies!" And he claps his hands.
Intruders?
Where?
It takes. I mean, there's not an immediate flurry of action. It's after hours. But he has shouted,
How
and you can hear
very
movement.
dare you? Do you know who I am?
Yes, you are Lady Jane, and you do not have an appointment.
No,
I have to
I
ask
am
you.
Lady Shylock, and you will remember it, Mr. Mensa. I am not here for your entertainment or for my own. I am here to come to the bottom of what is occurring in this city for the benefit of such. And you will assist me or get out of my way.
Okay, roll me something. Roll me.
Aging debutante adventure?
Yeah,
Can
go for it.
I wipe
Absolutely.
the bluster off that? Hey! Yep. So 24.
Loads. All right. I'm certain.
In his face. With the
Yeah. Under whose authority are you here? Here.
Under the authority of a dear friend of mine, Lady Octavia, who has sent me here expressly to examine what is going on.
You have that in writing.
You need to... Day when Lady Octavia's name would have carried some weight behind it, but apparently I need to go and bother her after hours with...
You do have this in writing.
Fortunately, however, I have such a document despite your rudeness and impropriety. And there is a very sharp snapping noise as I flick it out of my...
Okay, he starts going over some paper. A pair of large, burly people who've just clearly woken up come down, and he holds up a hand to silence them. They square off against you, Bensley.
Good evening. I need assistance to locate your written observations of the afflicted. Someone has misplaced them.
I see. I'm sorry to have been so discourteous to you. I must ask, however, that you are out of here before 10.
That is acceptable. Thank you. As I walk past my umbrella, which has been thrown on the floor, I flick it up into my hand with my boot.
Yep, sweet. And
Rick, dear, your coat's on the floor.
Yeah, doll, would you?
so yeah,
I have not been your or anyone's doll for
this
some
is
time.
shouting up and down the corridor because these guys have gone. They made it deeper into the building. Please accompany these two and see that they do not overstay their welcome.
I'm on it, Rick.
I'm going to run down and get his coat.
Thank you, child.
Okay, Rick, you have alone, therefore, made it to room 206. In which...
See what this dame has to say.
Yes. Okay, so you
Oh, it's just the best.
you try the door. It's latched from the outside, so you can open it, but they can't open their own doors. You can look in through this little grated window. You look in, and you can see that there is a woman sat on the bed looking back at you. Oh, hello. Greetings.
How come you ended up in a place like this?
Well, it is. We'll look at that in a sec. It is somewhat as. Well, you are the first visitor I've had, so I see no issue with recounting the tale. Believe it or not, it is entirely up to you. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is the Lady Constance. I am the Thane of Krassos.
I see, so why does it say Nurse Amber on your badge?
That is an excellent question. I seem to have been body switched somehow. I suspect foul play and magics. I find myself in a body that is not mine, shall we say. Somewhat richer in years than myself.
So where's this other body then?
Excellent question.
Where was it? Where'd you leave it?
My memories are vague and hazy around that issue.
Where'd you live?
Rick, dear, are you bothering the last lady?
I live in a castle.
Which one?
Redmond Castle.
Okay. Which room?
I live in the Grand Chamber.
The Grand Chamber.
That's right.
The big hall thing.
Roll me something, please.
I'm the second best investigator in Krassos.
Yes.
Well,
You
the
are.
second best investigator in Krassos.
Which makes that 5 a bit better.
11 plus
11.
What do you get?
11.
11. Yeah, this person is nuts.
Or is she?
Or is she? There are holes in her story. Apparently she sleeps in the Great Chamber. She knows some details, but she doesn't know the details you'd expect someone to know if this was a true story that happened to them. But maybe she is.
That's great. Second best detective. However, only the fifth best therapist.
It's still pretty good.
Can the rest of the group arrive at this stage?
Yes, at this stage, the rest of the group definitely
I'm
can.
wearing Rick's coat. It flaps down over my arms and trails on the floor.
Rick's much taller than you.
Yeah, I'm having the best time.
I hope there was nothing valuable in your coat, Rick.
Oh no, there isn't. There is nothing of value in that coat anymore.
She's not wrong.
I think it rather suits you, child.
Oh, thanks. I
That's
can
good.
roll up the
It needs
sleeves.
to get taken.
If you could send a message to my butler, I'd very much appreciate it.
What's the message say?
Carry on. Continue maintaining the castle. I shall return in due course.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm on my way out.
There she goes.
I'll take them back.
Lieutenant Bensley, if you could
What?
stay with us for a moment, please. We will definitely see to this fine lady's request at a later time. A little later. What was the last thing you remember before you found yourself so imposed, my dear?
Well, I was simply reading. And
Which book?
No, it wasn't a book, was it?
No, what was it?
Apparently not. What was it, Benny?
I was reading. Hey, do you have a pen and paper, somebody? I will show you.
Rick, you usually have one on you.
It's in my coat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, at least at this point, the question of where did you get that is very obvious.
You can produce a notebook if you would like to.
Here's a notepad for you.
You push it through the bars because you haven't opened the door.
Yeah.
Nope.
There ain't no need to. And she takes a pencil and paper and she starts drawing something. And she doesn't look up.
Oh, these two terribly burly individuals who follow us. How terribly unnecessary.
You've got half an hour, one of them says.
Yes, I'm sure.
Please
Where did you
help
come
me
from?
find the written observations of the afflicted.
Are you a Darius, perchance? You sound like a Darius.
I finally look round to them. Well, where did you come from?
Now, Rick, eyes on the business.
Are you trying to hit on one of these other
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
That's why I'm a triple divorcee.
I love it. Okay, roll me triple divorcee.
I've got picks for days. Picks so long.
What do you get? A 20.
Did you put 4 in triple divorce?
Yes! Best skill. Alright. One of the orderlies says, my name's Graham.
Tell me, Graham, you got a reminisce here, place?
Really, Rick? Right this moment?
Yeah.
Don't fancy showing me the better side of your bed?
Gross!
I mean, I love this.
Rick,
And
you have
rolled
a
a
children
20.
presents.
Listen, mate.
Well, his bed's got a lovely bed.
I'm off the clock at 10. If you want to stick around when the rest of your group goes, we can show you. I could always come to yours. It's probably more.
Oh, no, it's not.
I wouldn't make judgments, my good man.
You got a roof?
Yeah.
I'm going to focus back on what the lady was
That's
saying.
fine. She's continued to draw. She hasn't looked up.
Hey, lady, can we see what you're drawing?
The other orderly comes over to you, Bensley, and says, "Written observations."
Yes.
Yeah, we've got loads of them. There'll be more of
Where?
what she's done, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, come with me. Go on, I'll tell you what. Right, come along. And Bensley, you are taken away from the group by an orderly. And taken about
to stop me
four,
looking directly at whatever this.
about 4 doors down. Yeah, it's have a look in here. Hang on. Let me light a torch. And he lights a torch, and you can see dimly there's some writing that has been scrawled all over the walls of the empty cell that you're being shown. And then there's a flash of lightning, and it's properly illuminated like this.
I meant written by a professional, not
What do you
an
mean?
afflicted.
Listen, strictly between us, these people are here not because anyone wants to help them. We
Why are they
charge,
here?
we charge the public for admission. They come in and throw things at them. Nobody's getting better in here. Yeah, go for it. It's fine.
My dear, could I see what you're drawing there, please?
She's not responsive. You could open the door and go in.
You want to try and take it off her?
That may be a bad idea, child. She seems out of herself.
Leave the notebook. Let it go.
No.
Ansley, you return with the other.
Find
orderly.
anything? This lady's not saying much now.
They've been drawing all over the walls.
Oh, no.
The writing's on the wall.
You actually, Bensley, got a direct flash of this, didn't you?
Yes.
Roll me a d20, a straight d20.
No.
Please add the aspect. I have seen the writings.
Nice.
Oh,
I have
no.
seen the writings.
It's currently at a
It is
1.
brutal.
Currently.
Currently a 1. We have a new aspect added.
All of us?
No.
Okay, wonderful.
Just
I'm going to
Bensley.
turn to the orderly.
Yeah.
Would you be so good as to retrieve our notebook?
Alright, hang on. There's a door opens, orderly goes in, and the notebook. You can do it if you want it.
No, Rick.
That's
Okay,
your decision,
there's
not
a
mine.
bit of a wrestle takes place. The nurse clearly doesn't want to give up the notebook, but eventually she is overpowered by the orderly and she starts screaming. And the orderly makes it out with the notebook, slams the door shut and bolts it. The screams continue to echo in the hallway, and you can hear it's woken some of the other people up, and they've also started
How does
screaming.
she seem
now.
in and of herself? Distraught, angry?
No, she's nuts. Oh, well, you're not
There's-
asking the orderly, right?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
asking
like
you,
angry
Josh.
screaming, is it?
Distressed.
Distressed. Okay.
Distressed is how she seems. But you've got the notebook back.
Is this
Do you want to have a look at it?
Is this typical?
Is this typical?
Is this typical behaviour?
No.
This is asking you.
All right.
Is this typical behaviour of the afflicted?
Oh yeah, they get proper angry if you don't let them keep drawing.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Grab it.
Yeah, you grab it.
I'm reading it.
You're reading it.
I'm going to attempt to use the fact that I'm a scholar and a fighter
Sweet.
to, have a brain while reading it.
Okay.
Is it the same as the other stuff you saw?
Roll me a scholar and a
I
fighter,
have
please.
seen
D20.
+3 because it's the first time rolling it.
19.
19 is pretty great. Okay, so on a 19.
What languages?
This is not a language you recognise.
This is not a language that I recognize.
Rather, it's not a language that you speak. It's
Alright, Sigourney Weaver, chill.
you're pretty sure you have
No, it's
seen
great,
things
yeah.
like this before. You have seen this kind of writing,
I've seen this before.
but you've never had a chance to really study it. And it's really interesting. Roll me a d6.
I gotta read more.
Just a
of
d6.
it.
You got a 1.
Of course I got a 1.
One's
Please,
the best.
please change your aspect. Okay, so as you study it, it sort of starts to shift and move for a second,
Fascinating.
and you take the pen and you just add a couple of strokes. You add a circle
Hey,
there
Lieutenant
and a line
Bensley.
underneath.
Yes.
And
I'll
can
tell
you
you
please
what you're
change your
Clearly
can you
these
change
are-
your aspect, saying I have seen the what does it say?
I've
The
seen the
writings.
writings.
Change it to I have seen the writings. Change it to I am beginning to understand. And that's at a 2 now.
I am beginning to understand.
Lieutenant Bensley, could I just take that from you a moment?
Of course.
Please? Thank you.
And that's at a 2, okay.
Interesting.
Okay, LT.
What does it look like to me?
I'm fine.
What does it look like? What do you have to make this check?
This is. I think I didn't miss a single detail from my adventuring days. I think that's
Sweet, yeah.
that is 19.
On a 19, yeah, you're pretty sure. Okay, so you're an adventurer. You will have been around. This looks similar to the kind of script that appears on some old Istalian stuff. There might be some stuff around in Krassos and indeed the Brauta lands. It's the kind of stuff that you've seen on, those old obelisks that you see dotted
yes,
around.
yes.
It's that kind of like weird runic script. Please gain an aspect of I have seen the writings at level 1.
Is it okay?
It's so. Just as a quick question, from the perspective of me as a veteran, I am of the opinion that the obelisks are of a Stalin design.
Yep.
Correct. Right. Okay, that's fine.
It's some old Istalian. Who knows, man? Like, no one's really done any study into it. Although, in fact, there probably have been studies done about them. But you need to go to like the library to find out.
Looks to be some manner of. I'm gonna tuck it into my pocket. Looks to be some manner of a Stalin script. Terribly curious. The
Another lightning flash outside.
lady in the cell. Was she
Put
a
a warning up for flashing images?
Oh, I will, yeah.
Was she a scholar of any regard?
I don't think so, no, she's a nurse. Her job is to come and mop their brows. Oh, change their bedpans, that kind of thing.
So not typically.
Would you knock it off over there? He says to the other orderly, who straightens his shirt and moves away from Rick Fontaine.
So she wouldn't typically have access to. Not.
Rick's back in the room suddenly, putting a collar down.
Lady Sherlock.
A bit of lipstick.
Lady Sherlock is just so fucking used to this. So not typically somebody well-travelled or well-read in your...
I think so, no.
Curious. It's an old Estalian script, Rick.
What is?
The thing that she was writing.
The written observations of the afflicted.
Why are they writing an Oldestanian?
I don't know. That is a curiosity to be...
While this conversation
have
is
you asked about
happening...
Who was the first?
Hang on, we'll get there in a
Yeah.
second. While this is
While
happening,
this conversation is happening, I'm going to head over to the dark and shadowy stairway up to the 3rd floor and have a look.
sweet.
Sabrina, wait.
Okay.
I'm going to come up to you.
You head up to the dark and shadowy stairway of the 3rd floor,
Yep,
and Bensley pursues you.
cool.
As you get up, there's another flash of lightning, and you see that this time the writings extend to the outside of the 3rd floor, certainly to the stairwell, and you're not sure what they're written in, but it certainly isn't ink. And
Nope. Coming back down those stairs as quick as I can.
you almost run into LT Bensley. Bensley, make me roll me a d6, please, as you saw some of the writing as well. On a 3, what's your current?
2.
You're at 2. You're fine.
I am.
So
Not that this cascades
you look
down
at it
here.
and you go, yeah, that looks a bit creepy. Maybe you don't need to go up there.
Excuse me, Graham, was it?
Sure.
Yes.
Graham, but yeah.
Very well, thank you. Who was the first person admitted?
Oh. Abel.
Abel.
Yeah, he's up on the 3rd floor.
Very well. Could you take us to see Mr. Abel?
You're
Perhaps we should remain downstairs.
Yeah, you're welcome to go up. I don't like going up there no more.
Interesting. I turn to his colleague and yourself.
Yeah, I'll show you the stairs.
Curious.
The orderlies are happy to show you to the stairs.
And reasons for that are why? Because you've been terribly enthusiastic on accompanying us up until this point.
Well, you're going to jump out of the 3rd floor window. And it's scary up there.
Scary how?
It's scary.
There an
There's
echo in
some
here?
messed up stuff on the walls.
Listen, you've got another 20 minutes before we're escorting you out. Do as you will with it.
Really?
What if we happen to be on the 3rd floor when you need to escort us out? You need to be up there first.
Let's not cross that bridge.
Your keys, thank you very much. For the 3rd floor. If you're not going to escort us up there.
Ka-chunk. They open the door at the bottom of the stairs.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see now that there is writing all over the walls, and it is, it's weird runic script. And roll me a d6, please. You're fine. Can you also roll me a d6, LT Bensley?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Lovely. I'll get to that in a second. Sabrina, roll me a... Oh, no, you... Okay, so yeah, you've seen this, but you haven't yet made a study of it, so that's okay. Yeah, you've all seen this weird script that's on the walls, and you start making your way up the stairs to the 3rd floor.
Very well, let's see who is afflicted first. I think that might be the point to go to next, and then we can head to the library, perhaps. Goodness, that does very much look like fresh blood, doesn't it? But very well.
Stinks like death. I've
Sabrina
smelled it
is-
before.
LT, you are temporarily, I'll come back to Sabrina. As you step, you freeze for a second, and you look at the lettering, and it seems to shimmer for a moment and kind of reform, and suddenly you are back on the fields with a troop of angry dwarves charging towards you. You've seen one of your men fall next to you. You've drawn a sword and shield,
Simon!
and suddenly they're at you. Simon Bensley shouts loud, and it echoes in the otherwise silence of the
Lieutenant?
sanatorium.
You okay, LT? Don't do that. That's scary.
Lady Sherlock is going to walk up in front of you and slap you very firmly across the face.
Go to 3.
Lieutenant,
I'm holding on to.
I would ask you to maintain your composure. Thank you very much.
I'm holding on to LT's sleeve.
You are better than
and
this.
like
Excellent.
looking pointedly down at the floor.
Okay.
I think you need this more than me. A half-smoked cigar.
Lady Sherlock is going to light another cigarette of her own.
Sweet.
Smoking
Really
is
do-
cool kids.
I really do wish that you hadn't convinced me this was a good habit to get into.
Okay.
What's that?
Because quite frankly, it's terrible on the lungs.
You start making your way up the stairs, and you get to the top floor. The 3rd floor is
Worry not, child. It'll be
not
fine.
lit. There are no lights on
If you
up
wish,
there.
I don't like this LT.
If you wish, child,
Stay
you can go
behind
back
me.
downstairs. You'll be quite
Yeah,
safe.
I'm
with
gonna
the
stay
orderlies.
behind LT. Like, you know how kids, like, when they're scared, like,
Yeah.
holding on, like, to the tunic and not looking at anything else.
If I don't look, I can't see it. If I don't look, okay. And you start making your way. I mean, it's dark. It's really dark.
Do we have a light?
You've got currently a cigar and a cigarette.
Oh goodness.
You could take a torch from
Yeah,
one of the brackets or something.
Yes, very well. We'll do that.
And it lights, and the
Oh goodness, it's been a while since I've
dim,
a burning brand.
flickering torchlight
Bring it back.
that you can see casts up. Oh, sorry, these
This
ones
is my
casts up. You can see things that have been drawn on the walls of this floor. The 3rd floor is more open plan, and you look, and there are. I mean, it's hard to see. It looks like bathtubs, maybe. And as you hold it up higher, you can see that there are rows of bathtubs.
That is. Glorious. What was the room number they gave us for Mr. Abel?
They just said he was on the 3rd floor.
Well, that is.
Someone make me some kind of a perception check. You can roll whatever your.
I'm a scrappy street urchin, used to being in dark places.
Do it.
20.
20. You can hear some. You can hear some scratching coming from down through the corridor of bathtubs.
LT, there's something at the end of the
Don't
boat.
worry. They're just baths.
No, there's something at the end. Can't you hear it?
I'm gonna just walk up to a tub
Yeah.
and have a look inside.
You walk up to
I'll
the.
just behind the lieutenant with the door.
You walk up to the tub. There's some kind of liquid in there.
There's some kind of
Dark,
liquid.
transparent, translucent.
Hard to tell. It's really dark.
I'm going to scoop some out.
Okay, that's fine.
Lieutenant, no, don't, no, Lieutenant. I will attempt to stop
Okay,
before she
I mean,
does this.
yeah. You try and scoop some out. It is kind of mulchy, and it's like really nasty, peaty liquid that's been pulled out of a hole in the ground or something. It's very. It's
Lieutenant,
gross.
do not put that in your mouth. Come now.
There might be something in this bathtub at the bottom of the murky liquid.
I'm going to grab it.
Okay, so you reach in to try and grab it. As you do, roll me a d6. 2.
Zoe just leaning into this here.
You lean over and you hear, Jin, pick me up and do not let the others see me. And LT reaches into the bathtub, and you find on the inside of the bathtub that there is a small, like you reach in, and you feel something. It's a bit like a dice. Scoop up and you pick out. Let's use that for now. The LT has gone and come out with a hand.
Stop it!
Nothing in there.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, please roll. Never misses a single detail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
A 13 because I believe this is the second time I've used it.
Roll me a d20, please. So
16.
There we go.
you are
Yep.
successfully hiding the thing that you have pulled out.
That
of
was
the
what I
box.
was thinking.
That's fine. Yeah. The scratching is closer now. You can hear it. It's just at the end of this room.
So is the entire third floor? Just
It's a much smaller. The third floor is only a small.
But
part
it
of
is
the
just
wing.
this one
Yes.
entire
Yep.
open plan room. I say, Mr. Abel, are you present?
The scratching stops. You hear. Who is it?
Mr. Abel, my name is Lady Sherlock.
Is it Nurse Agatha?
No, it isn't, I'm afraid.
I really don't want another bath.
Why not, Mr. Abel?
No, I'm drawing. Leave me alone.
The drawing.
That's
yes.
right. I
Where's
can almost see him now.
Where's the voice?
Sorry?
Where's the voice coming from?
You can just about see now. In one of the bathtubs is a hunched over figure.
I'm going to start moving very quietly. What are you drawing, Mr. Abel?
I'm drawing what's happening, isn't it?
What's happening?
That's right. Drawing where it all comes up.
Where it all comes up?
Yeah, it starts with the captain. It's always with the captains, isn't it? That's how they think. It's built in. It's built in. I knew it. I knew it all along. I didn't want it to be, but it was.
What did you used to do, Mr. Abel? Tell me about yourself. I'm new here and curious.
I'm from Tomberg, me.
Tomberg?
Yeah, born and raised. I'm a miner.
Where's Tomberg?
Tomberg is right down in the south of Krassos, on the border between Krassos and Korith.
Okay, so it's a bit of a piece of shit nowhere town, basically.
It's an old mining town.
Okay. Old mining town. So
Well,
not a currently active mine to the best of my knowledge?
There might be currently active mines, you're not sure.
A miner? Terribly exciting. What brought you up this far north, Mr. Abel?
He's still just scratching. What are the rest of you doing?
Peeking around from behind LT.
Okay.
What does he look like?
As you get close enough to interact with this man, Rick, he is, Mr. Abel is naked. He is in a bath. He has got like bed sores and he clearly has not been well looked after, or he's not looking after himself at all. He has reams. As you step, you feel your foot slide underneath you, and there is paper strewing the floor. And he's drawing and sketching. It's going to be like that. It's going to be a bit like that. That's what it's going to be like. Yeah, I can see.
So,
It's going to be 50 of them.
You said it's
50 so many starting
coming up.
captains. It's coming up. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see it too? Can you
what
hear?
brought you
Yeah,
this far north,
I
Mr.
can,
Abel?
but I can't remember where it's coming up.
What brought you this far north, Mr. Abel?
It was the writing, wasn't it? And then it was the voices.
Who brought you this far north, Mr.
Oh, that's the thing, isn't it? There we go. Two of them.
It's a very, very long...
And you can see, actually,
Yes, I was
he
gonna say.
discards his piece of paper he's currently working on and reaches down into his soily bath and starts drawing on another. He is sitting on a layer of soil.
Okay.
The
What's the...
paper looks like this.
Is this more of the same script? Yeah.
Sort of. There is. I'd love to have a handout, but our printer broke. Sadly.
That's fair.
But you can see that it starts with paper script, and it starts with more of the same script, and then you've got drawings of creatures. You're not sure what they are. They're like kind of big, long, thin mushroom things. Who knows?
Have you seen anything like that in my days?
You have never seen anything like that before. And then it gets more urgent and more frenzied at the
Oh,
bottom.
yes, that's them. Yeah. Remind me, where are they coming up?
Who brought you to Red... Sorry.
You've seen them.
Yeah.
Oh no, they shouldn't be here yet.
No, I didn't say they were here. I said I'd seen them.
Where have you seen them?
I've seen them in my head.
That's where the planting's coming up, isn't it? Putting them around, coming up, and they're coming up.
Yeah, where are they coming up?
It's not time yet.
When is it time? I forget.
His eyes are starting to glow a light violet. It's creating some illumination. It's not time yet. Look, I'll show you with the numbers. He reaches up, and you can see that two of his fingers are worn down by a joint. and he starts trailing in the air, scrawling these runes like you've seen all over the walls and
Magic!
the paper.
Hot!
Okay, cool. Bensley, Abel turns and affixes you with his purpley gaze, and I would like you to make me a Grizzled War Veteran roll, please. You are picked up and flung backwards 10 feet into a bathtub. There's a boosh, and Bensley, you are down in the
I've
bath.
gone with that as well. I was behind LT.
No. Okay, yeah. Sabrina, you are in the bath. LT has landed on top of you. What do you guys do?
Lady Charlotte will look shocked. No, more from a
Yeah.
and pull her umbrella apart
Okay.
for the sword cane
Sure.
and run him through.
I'm going to get them out of the bath.
Lovely. Okay.
Weird.
Roll me.
acceptable?
Yeah, roll me your aging dilettante adventurer.
Dilettante adventurer is totally what I. Oh yeah, 22.
22. Amazing. You step forwards
Yep.
and put your sword cane straight through this man
Yep.
who looks up at you, and his eyes reaches up. His last actions are to continue to try and draw them. It's too late. You know. You know they have to know. And he dies. Please roll me a d6.
Mhm.
You're absolutely fine. Somehow. With this
Strong
strange
of
man dying on
mind.
you. Yeah.
I will put my boot fastidiously onto his shoulder.
Sure.
Use the leverage to withdraw my sword.
Lovely.
No,
Pick up a piece of paper off the floor, wipe the blade off, and reinsert it.
You guys are pulled out of the bathtub coughing and
I may be the best investigator in Krassos,
swearing.
but even I can't get answers out of a dead guy.
That is true, but I get the impression he may have been done giving us answers and more keen on throwing people around the room.
Sabrina, how you doing?
I'm thinking, as we get out of the bathtub, Scrappy Squeaked Urchin might have a chance of noticing something.
Noticing.
Yeah,
Gee willikers, what's that?
Roll me Scrappy.
Where
Scrappy.
did
No,
where
I'm
in
gonna
fact-
roll G
Where in
Willikers.
fact?
Oh, yeah, okay,
where in
yeah.
fact did you get that?
That is 21.
21. Lovely. Roll me your pet rat as well, please.
13.
13. Okay,
Move,
so,
pet rat.
so on a 21,
It's not a rat.
you noticed that there was something that LT had and got dropped into the bath. When you landed in the bath, the thing that you had tight in your hand fell into the bath from the shock. Your pet rat has recovered it for you.
Cool.
Hey, Fang, where's Fang?
Josh.
Fang, come here.
Fang appears out of the
What
bath.
you got there, Fang?
Fang
Come
is
on.
very
There we
cute,
go.
greasy now, and like covered in this horrible, dirty, oily water.
Oh, Fang.
Has anything from this facility indicated so far anybody with any magical capacity at all?
Apart from the magical assault you just had.
No, well, no. But has any reports coming out of the facility?
No. There's a bong, and you hear, are you done up there?
Yes, we'll be down in just a second. One moment, please. Rick, would you be a dear and please gather up as many of these papers as between you and the lieutenant you can and bring them downstairs with us?
What you do, Lady Jane?
I put the poor gentleman out of his misery. Don't look, my dear, it's fine. I'm going to take the child away from the
But what
corpse.
you do? What
I
happened?
killed him, I'm afraid, my dear. He's not going to hurt anybody anymore or himself.
Gee willikers.
Am I, now that I'm not in contact with the thing,
Correct.
am I still under the influence?
You still have the aspect that I've given you, but you're not like, I'm not commanding your character at all.
Sabrina, drop that.
What?
It's magic.
What?
It placed a spell on me.
Lieutenant!
What? What have I got?
Place it on the floor, Sabrina.
Roll me
I
a
know you
D6.
have it.
You talking about Fang?
Roll me a d6. What's your aspect at, please? For a moment, there's a flash, and as you level your sword, you can see Sabrina standing there looking scared at you, up at you. A child holding a rat is replaced by a charging dwarf coming in towards you, and then it's Sabrina again, and then it's the dwarf.
Is there a moment when is there a moment when the lieutenant actually goes for a swing or not?
Oh, we'll find out.
No.
Okay.
What's wrong, LT?
Lieutenant.
I'm going
Lieutenant?
to
We
fall
need to
over
get out of
backwards
here.
and
Okay.
crawl away from
Rick?
you.
We need to
Please
get out of
some
here. This is
paperwork, and
bad.
then we are leaving.
Okay.
LT,
Thank
you
you.
alright?
Sabrina, drop it.
Thanks.
I don't know what it is.
Lieutenant.
What's happening to me?
Lieutenant, stand to. Excellent.
I
Lieutenant,
love this double salute.
sheathe your sword.
It's the Rimmer salute.
Sheathe your sword, and we are leaving.
Yes, Mom.
Sabrina, does Fang have anything?
No?
Are you sure?
You can check.
Fang doesn't have it.
Fang doesn't have anything. Thank
Where
you.
did you get that?
Thank
Sweet.
you, my dear. That is acceptable. Does anybody have any problem with us now?
No,
Going back to
that's
the step?
that's fine. So you make your way down the stairs, and the orderlies escort you out. Mr. Mensa says, "Here is the requested written observations.
Thank you.
Please peruse them at your leisure. We have copies."
Has there been any oddities within the facility since this, more so than ravings and drawings of people?
You mean strange happenings?
Yes.
You mean unexplainable occurrences?
Yes.
Magic.
Magical effects?
Yes.
No. Good day. And he starts to close the door.
Where's Nurse Agatha?
I've never had a Nurse Agatha here. Good night.
That's a good lie. Now tell me the truth.
He's trying to close the door. Your boot is firmly in the door, Rick. Okay. Mr. Mensa says, there has never been a Nurse Agatha here. Good day. Kicks your boot and slams the door. You hear some walking, and then like 10 seconds later, the door opens, and the orderly you were hitting on leans out and says, I used to like Nurse Agatha. She was one of them that got taken.
Taken where?
You want to get out of here. There's a reason we stay in our rooms after 10.
Taken where?
I don't know, and nor should you. Whatever you're looking into, it's not worth it. Trust me. Do yourself a favour. Drop it while you still can.
Better advice.
If you let it go, come and spend a warm night somewhere.
Roast.
I'll explain when you're older, dear.
You don't need to explain it. It's still gross.
How's about it? A warm embrace and companionship? Or are you going to walk on out into the dark?
From me, we're beyond that point now, Rick.
But yeah, I mean, that's the offer. Basically, this orderly is saying, do you want to come into the warm and let this go, or are you going to walk out into the dark and keep it?
I'll come in, but my intention is to then go out. I'm getting back inside the door so that I can then sneak out after 10.
So what you're doing is splitting the party like a monster. I love it.
Nothing bad will happen.
Okay,
You gotta be okay, Rick?
the orderly... Alright, fine. Yeah, Rick, you head in and split the party, and we are going to take a short break
Well, Josh
and
picks
come
up
back
the-
later. We'll figure out how to
information.
deal with that. Cool. Thank you, guys.
See you at the fountain in the morning, yeah?
We are having a short break.
Ugh, Rick's so rubbish.
Break.
That is somewhere where you and I definitely agree.
Lovely.
There's many things that I've been missing, including D&D. That's been standing out with Josh while he smokes.
It's that time of the stream where I remind all of you to think about your Amazon Prime subscriptions.
Yeah.
It's incredibly simple to just go onto your Amazon Prime and subscribe to us through Amazon Prime, and for no cost to yourself, you will give us a small amount of money to help towards the funding of this stream. So it's very much appreciated for all of those of you. And this is a perfect opportunity now. Go do Prime things.
also Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
if you do that, I will stop Zoe singing.
I already stopped. I know what I sound like.
It's because someone did it. Good.
This is fun.
Yeah?
I like how there's no consequences.
No consequences!
I don't need to hold back at all. We only need to survive another hour.
Probably not even that.
Yeah.
I don't hold out much hope for Rick. I think he's going to go wherever the other things go.
Yeah.
At least you'll know about it.
You're gonna scream.
Probably. That's the thing I'm going to set myself a note to do.
Yep. Always split the party.
Yes. When in doubt, make headaches for your GM. Nothing bad will happen.
I don't know who's gonna die first.
It was going to be you, now it's going to be me.
Yeah. Sabrina would have the most impact, I think. But she's quite safe.
Yeah.
Unless I decide I want the thingy bob back or something.
But you've seen Lady Jane saying that she didn't have thingy bob. So this is the old ones, right? This is canon. This is a canon session.
Yeah.
So this is setting up the outsiders, what are they called? The Interlude people to be.
But then we don't know. I mean, well, in the main
The old ones, yes, in the stars they appeared.
In the main campaign, we heard that something weird was going on in Krassos.
Yeah, there's apparently meant to be a wedding and then it just didn't happen.
But this episode could be all of the weirdness that happened, or it could be actually this is the thing that set off the weirdness, and a big catastrophe is going to happen, and it's going to be our fault.
But we'll be dead, so it won't matter.
Yeah. It's someone else's problem.
It is, isn't it? Scary thought.
I'm not going to die first. I'm playing
obvious.
very safe this game.
Do we want to have a look at those strange writings?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Alright, let's get those up. So.
And you end the stream.
Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, because we're on the wrong screen. Hang on. So I think we want to go to that. And then I think we want to. There we go. So that is, if you guys want to have a closer look. Because you guys can see it fine on the screen there, but we have to go over to our actual viewing platform to get a proper look.
It's the Tyranids.
Oh, yeah. That's a zone for February all one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With some Norse runes. The Tyranids and Odin have teamed up.
And yeah, that was what was on the third floor. And this was in the cell.
Kind of maxi.
Yeah.
Which I think is what they talk about numbers, that's kind of the whole shtick of the old ones, isn't it? They invented maths and magic. And then mathamagic.
Mathamagic. Like math rock.
They're not how I thought the Mind Flayers would look. There might be the Mind Flayer's pet. The invisible ninja lizard pet. Scaly thing.
Yeah, didn't we run into these things in like the A party?
Yeah.
Were they part of the Mind Flayers setup? I can't remember now. It's all so long ago, guys. That was like a whole decade ago.
It was. It was so long ago.
Sorry, I missed that. What was the thing? The Mind Flayer? That's a decade ago.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was last decade. It wasn't a decade ago.
Well, yeah, it was a
it's the
decade
same
ago.
thing.
It was not.
We're all old now.
We have old eyes, all of us. Oh, this is great. Who's going to die first?
I reckon it's Sabrina.
You think Sabrina's going to go first?
Yeah.
No, I know who's going to go first. I think it's going to be Fang, Sabrina's pet rat. I think I'm going to have to scratch that.
Fang survives us all. Fang is
Fang is the only survivor.
Fang will have to be interrogated by the AD as to what happened. I reckon shit's gonna hit the fan. Sabrina's gonna hide in the dark corner.
Yeah.
And get eaten. And everyone else is gonna be completely fine.
I think you're already not completely fine.
What are you talking about? Just because I'm beginning to understand.
LT is beginning to understand.
This is exactly
She's
why
doing
we're
great.
here. We're here to understand what's going on. I'm succeeding. This is my success stat.
Is
And I've got 3 successes.
Is it?
Fang is the narrator. That's great.
What level do you have to get to before you get the headdress?
Probably 5.
They do jiggle pleasingly.
Josh is Fang.
Josh is Fang. Maybe Fang's the mastermind.
Oh my god. Fang is the mind flayer. It all makes sense. And I've just given him exactly what he needs.
Cool setting.
It's good fun. I think it's particularly interesting that, like, when the A-team turns up to Krassos, it will not feel like this at all.
It'll all have burned down. A long time
Although
ago.
I am concerned that everyone in Krassos' first instinct when they see magic is to kill it.
Yeah!
But it is
Well,
Krassos, so
that
we
makes
expect-
sense. It is Krassos, yeah.
Krassos. Oh, sorry. This isn't going up on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
Have you guys had a chance to have a look at the papers?
We have, yes.
Good. Which papers? What papers? What?
I have seen the papers.
I've seen the Zoe throat.
The Zoe.
The Zoe throw. That is a very different
My
entity.
final form.
This isn't even your final form.
Throats are
Yes.
cute.
Yes, Sykes Mackenzie. Krassos is scarier than the dance party we'd all imagine.
That is
the
correct.
gem of Krassos.
Well, it is for you guys. Like, this is
Yes, because we don't even have a level.
Yeah.
No, we possibly do actually.
5 levels in NPC.
We're just definitely not hero. We're not even on the scale of hero. We are something adjacent to hero.
I think we
Well,
need to just
adjacent.
not think about it in D&D terms at all. I
Yeah.
think we are just...
And we're back. You
Hey.
guys are escorted out of the sanatorium. All except for Rick Fontaine. So we're going to have a Rick Fontaine scene.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rick,
Cut to sneaking out of the
cut
bedroom.
to sneaking out of the bedroom. Gets dressed quickly in the dark is a fantastic aspect that I should have given your character. But you, it's rolled up and triple before say, you sneak out of the bedroom. There's a as you close the door very quietly, and suddenly you are in a darkened hallway on the first floor of the sanatorium. You light a cigar, and from that you light a torch, and you manage to make your way around the sanatorium at night. Everyone's asleep. Where would you like to go?
Just around, other times to explore.
Sure. Okay, take me a second best investigation.
I've got old eyes. Use my
Oh,
old eyes.
yeah,
to
use your
look at these.
old eyes. That's nice. I like that.
These old eyes have seen many things.
23.
23 is loads. Okay, so on a 23, you manage to find there's a light on in a room, and it's a room on the first floor, and you see that there's a lady in the room. She's dressed in simple robes, and she's also drawing. Hello,
What's your name?
I'm Kira.
Kira. Tell me,
On
what happened
the
to
outside it says Kira.
What happened to Agatha?
The nurse,
Yeah.
I haven't seen her around, but there is a high turnover of nurses in this place. I'm not certain why.
What's your story?
My story?
Mm.
Oh, I've gone insane.
Well, yeah, I can tell.
That's why I'm here.
Sure.
I've been working on these. They keep coming to me. I've started on the walls, but ran out of space. And you look up and you can see there's and crazy eldritch writings all over the walls. I'm just trying to work it out. I figured out some of the secrets, you realise.
Okay. What does it say?
Well, there are spiders.
Sure.
Spiders everywhere.
Sure.
No, but there shouldn't be. That's what you don't understand, right? They're
Okay, I'll get some sparrows.
Yeah, maybe that would do it. I don't know, but they're bugs in the machine. You see that they made 5. They didn't mean to. They meant to make the others, but then they made the 5, and that was the problem.
The captain.
But the spiders shouldn't have been there, right? The spider people, they're the bug in the machine, right? The frogs put them there. The frogs put
the
them
bugs
there.
in the
That's
in the
right.
spiders.
Yeah. I knew you'd understand.
Okay. So how do we get the bugs out of the spiders in the machine?
Well, that's a good question. We've got to get rid of the spider people, and then maybe we can turn the machine on and it'll all just work. Maybe it will. I mean, it's just running the code. That's all it is. Ultimately, it's just code, right? Look.
Code?
She stands up and she starts
code?
showing you this. Look. You see this?
Yeah.
And she starts running her hand along the things. Roll me a d6, please. In fact, do you have?
No, I have no
then-
aspect.
In which
2.
case, lovely. Please gain. I have seen the writings at 1. That's what Kira's telling you.
Okay.
She's getting quite excited about it.
Good. Well, you work on them spiders.
Yeah, why it all went wrong, I'm telling you. They're a bug in the machine.
Wait, it went wrong?
That's right.
What was it meant to do?
Well, it was meant to make the others.
Ah, the other 5.
No, the 5 were mistakes. That was what the spiders did. They made the 5. It's because the dreams were just too tasty. That might be what it is now. The dreams are too tasty. They couldn't resist. They have the thirst. You know? You know the thirst.
Sure, yeah.
The thirst to know more, to be known.
See, my thirst's very different.
What do you thirst for?
Sadly, my dear, not you.
Goodbye, she says as you walk on. Yes. There is movement on the second floor, and you can hear shouting.
Oh. Well, that seems like a thing to go investigate.
Cool. You head up sneakily, like only the second best investigator in Krassos could do. Yeah, absolutely. Barely tripping on anything in the dark. And you can see that there are 3 hooded, cloaked figures who they have gagged somebody and they are dragging them out.
Hey guys, you need a hand with that?
The 3 of them turn. The person who is gagged is an inmate. They drop the inmate and they rush you. And they're going to take this to fisticuffs. That's the plan. Okay. So the first one comes running in and takes a swing at you. What do you do?
I'm going to counter with a cigar to the face.
Okay, Romy always has a lit cigar. I love this. Okay, so the first one comes in.
23.
That's not a good day.
Takes a swing and there's you hear a loud scream and the guy rolls to the ground, clutching his
Now,
face.
gentlemen, there's no need for this.
The other two are coming towards you. One of them feints left and then comes in for a right. These guys are fighting. I mean, they're not coordinated or trained. But there are 3 of them, one of whom is dispatched and rolling on the ground. You can roll something to try and stop this, or they're going to have a go at you.
I think the second best investigation in Krassos has probably been in a scrape.
Yeah, go for it. So roll me that and let's see how you do.
11.
11. Okay, so you manage to fend off one of the attackers, and you get slammed badly into a wall by the 3rd one. On an 11, I rolled a 2. You do manage to overpower all 3 assailants as they come towards you, but you've been knocked around. So in fact, gain the aspect knocked around at 1, please. As you've been beaten up a bit by these guys, and you hear lights, torches being lit downstairs, and people.
What was the name of my orderly that I?
Name of your orderly was Graham.
Hey, Graham! Come see these guys.
Amazing.
Sure. Okay. You shout. There is no anything, and the one on the floor who's rolling around with a cigar burn on his face looks up and says, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
That's what I asked.
But it makes much more sense for me to ask it. I'm the guy who asks questions. Who are you?
We're just grabbing one of these crazies.
Why?
Don't ask questions, just take the money.
I don't know. It's my job. I ask questions. Is what I do.
No, we don't ask questions, we just take the money.
Who pays you the money?
Some noble.
Wait, which one?
I don't know.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's above my pay grade, isn't it? I'm not the boss.
Ask more questions.
Whatever, leave it out.
No, I need you to come with me.
Yeah, not likely.
Oh, true. Gonna happen anyway.
Okay, make me a roll to. What are you trying to get this person with?
A mechanical query, if
Yeah.
I may. Is it in a scene the first time we use a thing, or is it in the game? The first time we
I'm going
use
to
an
say it's in
aspect?
a scene, but I'm counting this as the same scene because
Yeah. I'm gonna go with old lads. I'm just gonna look at him and go.
Okay,
You see me?
go for
I
it.
seen you. We both know which way this is going.
I love it.
On 15.
On a 15, okay. He says, "Listen, there is no way I am ever coming with you. You understand? Not ever."
Oh.
The next day at the fountain.
Way to let a guy down.
Oh, I was going to say.
Hang on. The next day at the fountain, Rick Fontaine comes in. The fountain is the name of the tavern that you're all at. It's where Rick Fontaine PI is based, the organisation that you all kind of work for. And Rick comes in pushing a cloaked figure.
This guy might know some things.
2 gentlemen, 1 night, Rick. Hold on.
Gross.
You can just stay forever, actually.
Sabrina is like drinking a half pint.
Okay.
Like swinging on the bar stool.
So, 3 of these guys broke in last night and tried to take one of the inmates.
Why?
Broke in.
Good question.
Why'd you do it, Buster?
Gonna have to break in. We got a key.
Nice, I got a key too. You want to
It's
trade?
best not to ask
Where's my
questions.
key gone? Yeah.
They've been taking inmates.
Why?
Best not to ask questions.
Where'd you take them?
It's best to answer them.
Yeah, what was you gonna take him?
Taking them to the boss.
Who's the
Good
boss?
idea, let's go.
Twinkle toes.
No, he'll kill me.
So
Really?
did I.
Trust me. She already killed one person tonight.
That
Were
was
you taking the
yesterday.
ones
Thank
with
you
the
very
magic
much.
powers?
Magic. Listen, I
Look, I try to keep my fatalities down to 1 a day these days.
But
So I've
LT,
been-
on the other hand, well, she's a war vet. She'll break your knuckles like toast.
I didn't know you could growl.
He looks down at his knuckles, and then at the toast that you're eating, which you go. All right, I'll take you.
Josh, a request.
Yeah, okay.
in the evening, while I was waiting for Rick.
Sure.
Because I know Rick by now when he's planning on stepping out after
Sure.
hours. So I would like to have gone and done some book-based research in the library over these scrawlings.
It was closed. We'll do that as a scene.
That's fine.
So yeah, I'll take you. Our next meet-up is tonight. I'll take you there. The noble's going to be there tonight.
Noble.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, tonight's a
and
long
this
way
evening.
away.
It is, but I have some things I need to do in town.
You want some toast?
Oh, thanks. How do you guys spend your day?
Do you have any idea which noble? Or is it above your pay
He
grade?
doesn't know. This person's told you everything he knows.
Very well. I need to go to the library to examine these sigils that were written and the documentation that Rick and Lieutenant Bensley very kindly procured. Does anybody else have anywhere they wish to be?
I shall join you.
Thank you. Are you feeling better? You seem to have a bad
I am
time.
very well, thank you.
Yes, Lieutenant.
D6, please, Bensley.
Very well indeed. Nothing to see here.
It's fine.
You need to hear. You hear. You must get it back. You must take it back from the child
Sabrina, come with us to the library.
before this evening.
Why?
Come on.
Oh,
Else you'll just be up to no good.
That's what I get to sit here with this schmo.
Well, I can go.
No. Schmo, no go.
Oh, Rick, I imagine that you have people or somebody to call on some sort of favour on.
I do.
Then come with us.
Then you guys gotta stay here.
No, I mean, have somebody sit on this lug, and then we can go elsewhere.
I can
LT,
watch
sit on the
him.
lug.
I can watch him.
No.
Please.
No,
It's either
you
that-
just watch him go.
It's either
No, I
that or...
Schmo, no go.
It's either
I'd be great. I'd tie him up good.
It's
Better
either-
than the last
it's
time.
either
Oh,
that
I've changed my mind. Just kill me.
It's either that or we can...
As you wish.
I was kidding. Okay.
Actually, no, I'll tell you what, we can put him in the wine cellar. There's no wine down there anymore anyway, and Jeeves can look after him.
Jeeves is your butler, I assume.
Sure.
Cool.
Let's go with Butler.
Yes, Mom. I'm, of course, very happy, frightfully happy,
Yes.
wonderfully happy to oblige. There is the small question of my salary, Mom. It is.
That is an...
It has been a month in arrears. Now, of course, one is always happy to extend some amount of credit owing to the many years of faithful service.
Yes, Jeeves.
Occasional payment.
Yes, Jeeves. What I am a smidge short of at the moment is cash, so what if you could do for me? I seem to recall you have some friends. If at some point you could, I'm going to hand him I'm going to take the last cigarette out of the cigarette case, put it in my mouth, hand him the worn, but at some point was expensive cigarette case, and pass it over to him. Yes, if you could be so good as to take that to a colleague of yours that will be able to give you some coins to see you over.
Hey, I bought that for you.
It does say "All my love, Rick Fontaine" engraved on the cigarette
Yes,
case.
and I'm sure the sentimental value will be taken into account by the pawnbroker that Jeeves goes to see.
Very good, my lady. Great.
Do be sure to take the ticket. I actually wish to get this back at some point, but we will sort that when things are a little bit more liquid. Thank you, Jeeves.
Yes, my lady. Great. Jeeves can look after the guy. You can all head to the library, to La Biblioteca. You head to the library. Krassos has a large library. It's got one of the largest libraries in the Broughter lands. It's in Castle Redwind, but it is open to the public, or at least
The public.
the public. Yeah,
Probably can read.
a lady
the
can
public,
definitely get access.
The public that are, bathed and dressed appropriately.
Yeah. So you guys head to the castle. It's a large, imposing, less
Now,
gothic than the
Sabrina?
previous.
Sabrina,
Mm-hmm.
can we please not have a repeat of last month? Can you, if you would like to take a book home, that can be arranged, but please don't attempt to walk out with one again. You
I
know-
don't understand. You said it's a library and you get the books and then, I get in trouble.
Yes.
LT, says one of the guards on the gates. Good to see you.
Sergeant.
How's the private life working out for you?
LT engaging with this. He's just
And walk on.
walk in.
Wow. All right.
Out of character for LT.
Yeah, very much. That's strange.
Just had a rough evening. I do apologise.
You guys walk in. You are a lady, and therefore
Male or female tea? Doesn't matter.
hard to say.
They've had a rough evening.
They've had a rough evening. So LT walks straight on. You are totally allowed in, and you walk up, and there's the librarian sat behind the desk.
I'm with
Oh,
her.
hello.
Rick,
What?
hit on the lady all you like, but if you keep that cigar lit in here, I will put it out on your nose.
Rick always has a lid.
In the library? Really?
Yeah. It's a character flaw of mine. You
Oh, hello, says the librarian.
Oh no.
Oh, just your type, Rick.
She gets up very, painfully slowly, has curly white hair. How can I help you today?
Hello, Agnes. It's very good to see you.
Hello.
I was wondering if you could direct me to the section regarding Estalian language in general.
Oh, of course.
and
Let me work on that for you. Hang on, one moment. Just a second. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. All right. What were you looking for? Estalian language. Don't need to tell me twice. Here we go. Hang on. There we go. Right.
It's over there.
A.
Serena.
Okay, it's over there, milady.
Hang on. Just one moment. One moment.
Oh.
Nearly there. Almost there.
You're on the wrong page.
I've discovered this.
I shall read it.
Please,
I'm
excuse
gonna
me,
wrestle
that's
it
library
off you.
property.
That's all we can borrow books.
Lieutenant Bensley. Polite, please.
Don't make me call for the guards. You can hand it back to me. There's a...
Hey, Miss Agnes.
Roll me G Willikers.
Big.
That was a G. Willikers face.
That is a 16.
Okay.
Why, hello, Sabrina.
Oh, hey, Miss Agnes. I feel like I haven't seen
Take
you
this.
for so long.
Well, what a pleasure it is to have you here.
You guys can easily discover the location you're looking for.
I was wondering, Agnes, do you still have those nice little sweet pastry things that you keep us as like a secret?
What? I'm certain I've never shared that information with anybody. And if I had any jelly tarts, they would be in this drawer here, and I certainly wouldn't begrudge a young scamp such as yourself. Now,
Oh, thank you.
good dear.
She goes to shut the door on you, but she's really slow. She really fails to close the door completely. Yeah, okay, cool. You guys head over to that section. This is a really well-stocked library. It's got a lot of research materials, but it's got a lot of fiction. It's got a lot of things. You get to the section you're looking for, and there is a huge, whacking great hole. Every book has been taken out
Huh. Well, that's weird.
that could give you some insight into
Sabrina, what have you done?
What you looking at me for? I don't want these books.
I don't think Sabrina's to blame.
Not enough pictures. I mean, probably good for burning, but nothing else.
You hear a sharp intake.
Lady Charlotte visibly flinching. Sabrina, I can give you so many better things to burn. Rick, for example, is terribly flammable, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you know, harder to get the right size to put in a grate. Anyhow.
You have to get it back before this evening.
I'm gonna go
It
back.
must be planted.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
back
go and look for
towards,
some picture books. See you in a bit.
Agnes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm skipping off down the aisles.
Great.
Lieutenant, can you please make sure that Sabrina doesn't... Could you please make sure that Sabrina doesn't...
As you wish.
Thank you.
Pensley.
I'm going to go back to Agnes. Agnes, dear.
One moment.
Hello.
Hello.
All of the books in that section seem to have been borrowed out. Do you have any information as to who might have taken them and when
I'm
they might
very
be back?
sorry, I haven't taken my hearing aids out. There we go.
Little earplugs that she's taken out.
There we go. What were you saying, dear?
All of the books...
Tea?
No, thank you.
Yes, please.
All of the books in the
Certainly.
language section that you sent me
One
to...
moment. Milk?
I'm good.
Something a little
Slice of
stronger,
lemon?
Agnes. Agnes, something a little stronger? I pull out a very worn hip flask.
Thank you.
Like, there's a motion of her about to slap you, and she doesn't... Agnes, would you like something stronger?
Oh, hello. Yes, what are you looking for?
Someone else has come up to the counter.
A reference index number? Certainly, it's in my big book. One moment.
10 minutes of this, and then carry on.
Oh, you're
Yes.
still here.
Lady Sherlock is just...
I pick up a book from just here. I want to borrow this book, please.
Certainly. One moment.
She reaches down, she picks up a great big ledger.
It's not a better idea. I want to borrow that book.
No, Agnes, Agnes, here, just hold this for me for a moment. It's open, but that's fine. You have yourself a nip. It's cold today. And then I'll just flick through.
Okay, so Rick's taken the... Well, you guys have, between you, got the big book.
We're not going to take it away.
No, of course, that's fine.
Yeah,
You're
tell
looking
me
for
that.
on the table. Someone roll me a...
Never miss a single detail.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a +3 for first time, yeah?
Yeah.
Is a 16.
16, lovely. These have all been taken out by the same person.
I thought they might have on the same date.
Yes.
Okay. That person is...
No, 5 of them were taken out on the same date. The 6th one was taken out when it was returned.
Right, yes. And this person was?
This person's name is Xanthi.
Xanthi.
Xanthe.
No surname?
Apparently not.
Weird.
Have I ever heard of them?
No.
From address list?
Yes.
It is? Somewhere.
You are given an address in Redwind.
Agnes, thank you so much. That's been terribly helpful. It's nice to know the return date was... it's good to know the return date of these so I can come and get them when they come back in. Thank you so much, Agnes. Is there anything I can do for you? You need a pair of slippers or anything like that?
Oh,
No, okay, fine. See you later.
Thank you very much. I'll just go and see if I can find Lieutenant Bensley and then we'll be on our way. And then we leave.
I tell you what would be lovely. Oh, they've gone.
Right. In the stacks, meanwhile...
Sabrina! I am grabbing Sabrina the moment
Yeah.
we're out of earshot.
What's the big idea?
Give it to me. I
don't-
know you have it.
I don't
It
know
is
what
dangerous.
you're talking about.
Sabrina, your feet
Sabrina,
are
how
touching the
many
floor right now.
hours must we stay here?
Look,
I'm not moving until you give it back.
even when you what you're
Where is
asking
it?
for, which I
I'm gonna pick
don't.
up Sabrina and shake.
Oh my gosh,
Where is
Elsie!
it?
Stop it! Stop it!
I'm gonna kick ineffectually at your armor.
You let me
Sabrina!
go!
This is great.
Dangerous.
I
You know
don't
I would
know
only
what
ever
it
protect
is.
you. So you do have it.
I don't know what it is.
Neither do I. But it's magic. Let me take the magic. It's not valuable. You can't sell it to anyone.
Well, even if I did have whatever it is that you're asking for, which I don't, I wouldn't give it to you if you were being so mean.
Give it
to me.
here.
I haven't got it. You can pat me down. I haven't got it.
Bensley, you start patting down a child, and the soldiers that are coming by...
He thinks I stole a book.
She always steals books. Carry on, Sergeant.
LT, what's going on?
Sergeant, carry on.
You can't order me around no more, LT.
She's harassing me.
Sounds like a complaint from a minor to me. How about you? Yeah, sounds like that. I don't know why you've been such a prick over the last couple of days, LT. But maybe night in the cells cool you off? How about that?
Or maybe everything's fine.
You're still angry that I beat you.
Yes, that's a good way to resolve this
De-escalate
situation.
this, yes.
Right. You only beat
You and me right now.
Ah.
I'm going to sit down and lay out some items.
What you laying out?
It's basically noughts and crosses.
Okay, it's like a game. This isn't a good idea. You get really competitive. Shut up. Right. Okay.
I win, you put the child in a cell.
What a wager! I win. You put the child in a cell. I did not hear that sentence in the planning of this
I was
roleplay.
not
All right.
expecting it. No, this is.
All right.
I'm happy to actually play noughts and crosses with you. But without seeing it.
Wait.
Otherwise it's too easy.
No, without seeing it doesn't.
Top left,
All right. Middle.
bottom right,
Top right.
bottom left.
Middle right.
Middle bottom.
Done.
It's a draw.
Arrest the child.
The child
Get
is
out of
gone.
it. Get out. Yeah, the child. And we're outside of the castle. You 20 rounds into this furious noughts and crosses a thumb that you've been
Mental
doing.
noughts and crosses a
It's
thumb.
mental, yeah. Noughts and crosses a thumb. The librarian comes over.
No dueling in the library. Get out! Get out! You're both banned.
Really?
I'll put you in the banned book. One moment. Right. And you guys, it is now. Well, you're outside. You've got an address. It's-
Oh, hello, Sabrina. Where's Lieutenant Bensley? Oh, have you run away from me again?
They're coming.
Okay.
What's the name? Fang is your rat, right?
Yeah.
Fang is kind of draped around your shoulder a bit.
Hmm.
He's found some little crumbs of food.
Well, the address we've been given.
It's an industrial.
It's an industrial district, but I was about to ask that.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, Sabrina. Do you know anything about the Mildock district?
Let's see. I'm going to roll Scrappy Street.
Sounds good to me.
See what I know.
Absolutely
Absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
Is that a natural?
That's
Yeah.
a
I think that might be
natural
worse than
one.
nothing.
That's fabulous. Okay, so
Mildock district actually on fire.
no, on that one.
Burned down 15 years ago.
You've you grew up in the Mildock district.
Oh shit.
It's one of the roughest. Well, it certainly was when you were growing up there. One of the roughest places to grow up, and you have some really horrible memories of being there.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Well, unfortunately, my dear, we need to. The person who took out all of the books regarding what I'm trying to find out is in that area.
Unlikely. And if they are, then your books are done.
So more of a.
Sorry,
push.
that's the end of the road. On to the next mystery.
Fan goes squeak squeak.
And to think, I thought you were trying to promise.
You can stay behind.
roll me old eyes.
Roll me manipulate child.
6.
Please
You tried
roll
to
me
beat
G
that mouth.
Willikers.
Is that no? It's a new scene. That
Only
actually-
seen, so
7.
mine goes to 9 because I get plus some.
Oh.
Both lose.
Whereas you have rolled G Willikers this scene, so technically the old eyes outweighs the G Willikers, and you are showing promise. At least a bit.
Manipulate child has succeeded.
Put child in cells, failed.
That's the tone of the game.
Oh, Lieutenant Bensley, we were just heading off to the Mildock district.
It
Should we
started to
come along?
rain again.
For goodness sake. Put some umbrella up.
Well, fine. If you're gonna go there, then I better show you around so you don't get
We
shanked.
could scarcely have a better guide, my dear. Lead on.
Patronizing.
Okay.
Well, if you know what patronizing means, my dear, it means that I have in fact taught you something.
Shut up.
You guys head down to the Mildock district. It's a fair walk. You would get a cab if you were wealthier, but you're not. So you walk in the rain.
Well, I would pay for a cab, but I understand the The walks are good for the lungs, Lady Sherlock says, lighting her final cigarette.
You make it down to the mailbox.
Yeah, what a beautiful day for a walk, huh?
You see various shadowy figures kind of looking at you as you walk through. I mean, it is an industrial area, but you have to go through quite a nasty area. You can see that this was an absolute slum at one point, and then in the last 10 years has been not gentrified, but kind of urbanized. They've gone, well, let's buy up all this cheap land and use it to build warehouse space and industrial machinery, because while it might pollute the area and it might be a bit shit, who cares, because it's the poor. So they've been pushed out to the outskirts of this area, and you find yourself walking through streets, Sabrina, that are at once familiar and very different. The area you're heading to, you see is a large brick building, which is it's a large stone building, which is a warehouse of some kind. And written above it in a crudely made but nicely illustrated sign says Xanthi's Greenhouse.
Well, that's new.
Not one you're familiar with, my dear.
Well, I know the building, but back when I was here, it was something else.
A greenhouse? Not what I expected. Well, very well. Lady Sherlock will stand at the eaves, collapse her umbrella, and the parrot head on the tail of her umbrella is going to rap on the door.
Sure. Door opens, and there is a woman who's wearing a apron. She has gloves on and like mud all over her. Not in a just fallen over, in a I work with plants all day kind of a way. Hello. Hi.
Hello, my dear.
Hello.
I was recommended you by a friend in regards to your horticultural expertise.
Oh, lovely. And you've come to the store. All right. Please, come on in.
It was a nice day for a walk.
Lovely. What is this about specifically? Sorry, I'm repotting at the moment.
What's the gist inside? If she's inviting us in, what's the look of things?
Right. So you head in, and it is it would be made of glass, but glass is too expensive. So instead, she's done the best she can with braziers and large beds of soil, and it looks like an industrial-sized greenhouse. It's got lots of different plants and foliage growing in places, and there's the warehouse is like 3/4 of it you can see, and then the back quarter there's a wall and a door, and it's locked off. You can't see what's through. But it's that thick, oppressive heat hits you as soon as you walk in. There are butterflies and things in here as well.
Oh, fabulous. It's much more pleasant in here. Thank you very much.
It's like an indoor garden. It is quite hot in here.
I don't suppose you have a cup of tea or anything, do you? It was quite the walk down here.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, that's a shame. Yes, my brother's been having some problem with the roses in the back garden, and we recommended you as a potential source of some sort of resolution for this.
Well, they should be easy enough to dig out. I will tell you right now, Xanthi is busy, distracted, and talking to Lady Jane. If you guys would like to do anything, Lady Jane's focus is not on you.
Essentially, I'm going to be gently
I'm
like
gonna head
guiding
over
her
to the
eyes away
door,
from people, like, you know.
And I'm going to bring out my big roll of keys.
Roll me a. Where did you get that?
That is 21.
Off her big roll of keys.
Okay, on a 21. It doesn't. Yeah, you do have a key to this building. You've been in here before.
Back when it was something else.
Back when it was something else. There's a. And you open the door as sneakily as you can. It creaks a bit. And down.
I will
Sorry. Can you roll me?
I will knock.
Your
I still don't know what your soft spot is.
Grizzled wall veteran. I don't know.
You roll just a flat d20.
That's a one.
Okay, so Lieutenant Bensley, your cunning plan. You see that Xanthi is turning around and is going to discover something, and you go, "Oh, it's not working. I need a distraction." So you draw your sword and just like hack through a bunch of flowers.
Lieutenant Bensley! Lieutenant Bensley!
Yeah.
This is not the kind of behaviour I expect from somebody of your decorum. I'm terribly sorry. One moment, please. I will just see to my man here. What on earth has possessed you today? In fact, the last 2 days, you've been entirely...
You and Sabrina.
The distraction is now less on me doing it, it's more me now.
Rick, you and
directing
Sabrina
eventually.
have managed to sneak into the closed off area and close the door. Can you both roll me d6s?
5.
You're fine.
3.
Okay. Sabrina, can you please add an aspect? I can hear the voices at 3.
At 3?
At 3.
Do better.
There is something growing in here. And it is a long, thin plant. It's like a creeper, like a wall climber, but it's not climbing up a wall. It's just extending like a large mushroom spike. And the outside of it is strange. What look kind of like petals also look like chitin. It's an organic thing. It's hard to imagine. It looks a bit alien. It's green and purple in its colours, and it's growing from a large bathtub that you can see. It pulses with a violet light, and instantly you can see that there has been a murder in this room. It was about 40 years ago, but you see fear and panic and an argument gone terribly wrong, and somebody large and loud and somebody small and frightened, and the small frightened person tries to close the door, but they don't manage to get there in time, and the large loud person pushes the door. The small frightened person falls back against the wall. There's a horrible crack, and you're back in the room.
We shouldn't be here. This is bad. This is really bad.
I mean, it's a weird plan, but
There's ghosts and stuff.
how many times? There ain't no ghosts.
You're wrong, Rick. Let's find what we need and go.
Well, I want to know more about this plan here.
Meanwhile, outside, where
I'm
are
terribly
your
sorry
others?
about all of
Where have
this.
they gone?
Oh, they probably slipped out. I know the small the child has a tendency to wander, and Rick's probably. Oh, 1 second. I'll go and check to see whether they're outside. 1 moment, please.
Sure. Rick, you can see outside. Sorry, Rick, you can see on the inside that there is a ledger. It's got writings and numbers and shipping dates and bits and pieces written in it. And it looks like apart from the plant that's here, it looks like the only thing of import.
So there's none of the books that they've checked out, isn't there? Not in this room.
It's the only other thing in the room that's sparkling, so that
you can't. You can't see them.
Okay. Just flick through the ledger. Is it just boring stuff, or is there anything different in it?
It's shipping dates and locations.
What are the locations?
There's a lot of locations in Redwind.
Well, this plan must have grown from some kind of seed. That's about all I know.
Well, there's not many things
They
that
must
go in
have
a
gone wandering down the
bathroom.
street.
And
I'm
in the
afraid.
dark.
It's
It's dark in here, isn't it?
It is dark in here, yeah.
Normally they need light and stuff.
There's a
Everything.
you actually it grows a little bit as you watch it. Like it unfolds a little bit and gets a little bit bigger, and you feel like pressure as it does that. As you were sitting there thinking, going, well, I guess it did this, and I guess it
This
whatever.
is no good, Rick.
Roll
We
me
gotta go.
a second best investigator.
Ooh.
Let's see if you figure that out. Possible.
A 9 plus 6, 15.
15. It felt like as you were working things out, the plant was getting bigger. Probably crazy coincidence, but it was like, that's weird.
Huh. I'm going to stop thinking in here.
Shouldn't be too hard.
That's fun. Yeah, the ledger, you got 15 in your second best investigator, right?
Yep.
16. We just rolled it.
No, time
Roll me a
6,
pet rat, please.
Mm-hmm.
LT Bensley, you are currently being hit with a pair of gloves repeatedly for the damage that you've managed to do.
22.
I apologize.
Natural.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, not 20.
So 22.
Oh, natural 20, fantastic. Your rat has started chewing at this plant.
Bang, don't do that. Stop it.
It's trying to, kill
trying to kill the plant.
This is bad news, Rick. We gotta get out of here. There's nothing
Let's
here
go
to
and ask the
do.
dame about it.
The ledger has recorded shipments coming in and then being dispersed from here throughout Redwind. The only other
Are any of them to the asylum?
yes, there are some going to the asylum.
Did you see any plants in that asylum, in that sanatorium?
No, but all the bathtubs had soil in them. And I ain't never seen a plant growing out of bathtub except this one.
The shipments are coming in from a place called Tonberg,
Which was where he was from.
which is where Abel was from.
I'm starting to begin to piece this together.
The plant grows a little bit. Roll me a d6.
Fang, stop it.
What?
5, you're okay. Fang is flung about a foot away from the plant.
Fang!
Get your wrap, we're going.
Fang, you
I'm
okay?
taking this. Now, you take this. I need to talk to the woman.
Hey.
I'm going to shove it under my...
And you don't understand the damage you've done, and I am
Kneeling.
Tell me.
Your Majesty.
I'd like to buy a plant from you.
Oh, Rick, there you are.
We're closing for today, I'm afraid.
Oh, I got all sorts of money.
Well, then you can start by paying for the damages that your friend has caused.
No, let's talk about plant first.
What do you want to buy?
Something big. Something real big.
How about this
And
one?
it's got to be hardy as well. You don't want none of those. So maybe some kind of. Do you have any animate plants?
Any what? Animate?
Animate. With armor on it.
No.
Ah, okay. I like shells, shell plants, plants with shells.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, please.
Why? All I want is a plant with shells on it.
As I said, we're closed. I'm very sorry.
Smash a plant.
Would you stop
I'm
that?
just strolling really slowly around the room, smashing plants.
Lieutenant
TLT.
Bensley. Rick is
What do you want? Money?
No, I think...
I want a plant with shells.
Please stop breaking my things.
Give me a plant with shells. You got a plant with shells?
Lieutenant Bensley, please stop for a moment. I think, I hope you're going somewhere with this, dear.
Yeah.
And I want a giraffe. Give
I
me
want
a giraffe.
but with
Flying giraffe.
I want a giraffe, but with crossbows instead of eyes.
All right. Horrifying creature.
So you don't have one of them shell plants?
No.
Yeah, you do. It's in the back.
What are you doing back there?
Looking for shell
You
plants.
shouldn't be back there.
It was great.
No,
I
you
want
can't
one.
be back there.
Okay, I'm here now.
Good. You need to forget that you saw that.
Okay, there's a great shell plant. I want one. How do I get one?
My dear,
You want that? You can have it.
Great.
I haven't been entirely truthful with you, my dear. It's a small deception on my part. The main reason I'm here is because you checked out of the library every single book that I was looking for.
Yes.
Why is that, my dear? It's a very specific area of subject knowledge and interest.
Oh, I was very interested, and they all burned. I'm very sorry.
Wow,
That's worse
Steve,
than
you
my
are a
lie.
terrible liar.
You better hope that that is a lie. At least that second part, certainly.
He's backing away towards the door.
Which or the door out or the door to the
The
plant?
door to the plant.
I'll get in between them.
What interest do you have in that writing?
Roll me Grizzled War Veteran because she's making a break for the door.
First time you rolled it, so +3.
11 is insufficient. But you chase her to the room with the door. And okay, so on an 11, would you like to be inside the room with her or outside the room?
Inside.
Roll me a d6.
It's a 1!
Zoe, why do we do this to ourselves?
As you come into the room, this door slams, and she looks at you with fear, and the large plant behind her grows even larger, and you draw your sword, and then your eyes take on a violet hue,
Lieutenant!
start to glow. You can't hit any of this.
Yeah.
Bit. That's fine. There'll be. What's going? Yeah. Lieutenant, you can feel the names of your family, of your fallen soldiers, disappearing from your mind. They are no longer useful. Drones do not need them. Drones merely need to obey. You can feel the gruff armor of personality that you put around yourself to shield your frail heart from the harshness of the outside world and the war that you have had to endure being stripped away. Drones do not need that. Drones need to obey. Would you like to hand me your character sheet, please?
Somebody just knocked the tower over.
There is a threat to Project Omicron. It is the 3 people who are out there. Go kill them.
I will be banging on the door.
Yep, that's fine. The
Lieutenant Bensley! Lieutenant Bensley! Open this door at once! Lieutenant!
The door slowly swings open.
Lieutenant!
He's not there.
Oh, he's not there.
LT?
He's behind.
Oh, sick.
Is Xanthi in front of us?
Xanthi is in front of you.
Young lady, what have you done? I'm going to advance him through. Young lady, what have you done with the lieutenant? Where is he? Where are they? Now. Now!
What's 2 out of 2?
4.
What's 4 out of 37?
Stop.
No, what's 4 out of 37? It's really
Stop
important.
thinking. Don't stop. No, you
D6.
stop that
There's a
thinking.
sword. There's a sword coming round.
I am totally not paying attention to that. Please. No, you know what? I'll roll. Never miss a single detail.
Yeah, because that's important.
Yeah, it is. Is new scene?
Yeah, that's fine. It's an EC for sure. That's not great.
That's not great.
Roll
That
me-
is
The sword's going to
8.
try and kill
Roll me a
you.
flat D20, please. No bonus, no nothing. Yeah.
The sword, it hits me.
You have been stabbed. How were you aiming to kill? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Lady Jane has been pinned to the door. The sword has come straight round, gone straight through your shoulder, and is pinning you into the door. You recognise it as Bensley's sword. Too late as Bensley appears around from behind the door. Roll me a D6.
Okay. I was going to take the stabbed quality at 1, but 5.
5. Yeah, okay. You can take the. Absolutely take the stabbed. I think is a pretty great.
Stab seems appropriate.
In the back.
Yeah, stabbed in the back is quite nice. And you can take that at. You can take that at 3. That's quite a nasty injury you've just received.
Lieutenant!
LT, what are you doing?
You bastard! You ruined my dress!
Now, dear, you ruined that dress.
I'll talk to you about that later. She flicks up her umbrella and withdraws the sword cane with her one useful limb.
Yeah.
And
You are bleeding out.
holds at bay, unable to pull herself up the door.
I'll take the sword.
You will get stabbed if you try and come in. So at the moment, I think Lady Shylock is still very much of the opinion that this is Bensley, and thus isn't trying to kill you, is trying to ward you off more than anything else. I'm going to go for Agent Debutante Adventurer is just what gets rolled here, really, isn't it?
Yep.
That is
Right.
a many big huge.
What are you
rocks.
attempting to achieve?
I am attempting to keep Bensley away from me, and more specifically, his sword.
Bensley, you have successfully pinned Lady Jane to the door, and she is a whirling dervish of blade. But there are 2 other people you have to kill.
Is Bensley now disarmed? Is that so?
I need to get through the
my
door, though.
if my shoulder is pinned to the door, can Bensley be disarmed?
Yeah, you do not have a sword anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
You managed to make it through the door, but you can't make it anywhere
Bensley.
near.
I'll get through the door.
Great.
You. What did you do to him? What have you done to him? What have you done to them? What have you done? What have you?
It's okay.
What
It's
have
okay.
you done?
Oh my
What
God,
have
that's
you done?
terrible. Stay
What
conscious.
have you done? I will stab you if you come a step closer to me, young lady. What have you done to
What's
them?
the square root of 16?
What have you done to them? Stop asking questions.
I just.
What have you done? I will stab her.
Okay, yeah, go for it. You can. I don't know. She has no combat skills at all.
I'm not aiming to kill her, or I am looking
Oh, well,
to...
now you can roll.
Okay. I probably do kill her, actually.
Yeah.
If I'm rolling Asian Debutante Adventuring, and that'd be a 10.
A 10. Okay, so you have you
my
haven't
finest
necessarily
player.
killed her, but she is not speaking anymore. You lunge out with the sword cane, and she and so she is currently kind of
slash across the chest, maybe. She's gone down.
and she's gone down. She's down in front of you, and for now you are pinned to the door. Bensley is advancing on the 2 remaining members of the adventuring party.
In armour.
Bensley in armour is advancing towards Rick Fontaine.
Are you wearing a
PI.
helmet?
No.
Or a gorget?
You don't wear helmets when you're a hero, because otherwise they can't see your face.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and back as well.
These guys ain't heroes. Puts
yeah.
on a helmet. Bensley has glowing violet eyes.
I'm going to whip out my trusty hand crossbow.
Sweet, yeah, go for it. Why
Oh,
not?
come on, Josh. It's in a shoulder holster.
It's a 6-shooter. Yeah.
Even though that makes no
Doesn't
sense.
matter. Yeah, you got a shoulder holster hand crossbow. You got a pair. Yeah, go for it.
You stay right there.
I'm going to keep advancing.
I'll fire one of them right just in front of your foot.
Okay, that's one less bolt you've got. I'm going to keep advancing.
Bensley is walking towards you with speed.
Okay. You stop.
We gotta go, Rick. We
It's-
gotta
I
go.
don't know if it's...
Bensley, roll me old eyes. Right.
Yeah, 15.
Bensley, you fall to a knee. You've taken a bolt through the knee. You can't feel the pain. Drones don't need
Nice. Yeah.
pain.
Does that mean you're...
Not functional, but I've got one more spiky thing that I can use.
Yeah, so Bensley is starting to make their way towards you. They've slowed, but they are not stopped by any stretch.
That's fine. We can probably outwalk them.
I'm gonna run to Lady Jane,
Mhm.
and see if I can.
Lady Jane is currently fumbling with her hip flask.
We gotta get you out of here.
Yes, my dear, 1 second.
Should I take this out? I've got my hand on the hilt
Oh,
of the sword.
goodness, that's awful. No, don't take it out of my shoulder, dear.
Okay, we gotta
just bleed
try
to
and-
death. I need to get out of the door.
Roll me a d6.
A D6.
D6.
5.
5 is fine.
Okay, good.
Could I please roll touch of class / specifically in this case splash of
Splash
gin
of gin.
to help numb the pain and get me off this door?
Yes, you can.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, no.
Sabrina, you,
That is,
Lady Jane moves out of the door
26.
and staggers towards you, puts her hand on your shoulder to steady herself, and the sword comes out of her body as she does.
And all the colour goes out of her
All
face.
of the colour goes out of her face, and suddenly her clothes, like her lovely yellow dress, is now crimson right down its front.
Oh, no.
You are standing there looking up with wide, innocent eyes as a river of blood runs down your arm.
Sabrina, take Rick and run very.
We got.
Sabrina.
Okay.
Go. It's
And
fine.
yeah,
I'll be
I'm
alright.
gonna run.
Thank you, my dear. Off you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
You hear it just looking at the back of your mind. No, stay. And you've gone.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, you turn and you fucking run.
Yep.
Rick, Sabrina beats you out the door.
Great. I'm going to say, catch you up outside. You gotta go to Lady Olivia. You'll take that book.
Okay.
Octavia.
Octavia. Go to Lady Octavia. You'll take that book.
What about you?
No, I'm not coming. Don't you worry about me, but I want you to go first. You take that book. You tell her about that plant. You tell her about the bats. And, yeah, you tell her we think that Rick thinks this is what's doing it. They're sending out stuff. Maybe, I don't know, seeds to put into the bath with the weird oily goop. And then it's growing the plants, and the plants are going to come up. Some of the people talk about the time it was going to erupt, and they were going to come up. I think these plants are what it's causing all this crazy.
You got it, Rick.
That's what Lady Octavia needs to know.
See you back at the fountain, yeah?
I got something I got to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna run.
Sabrina runs off. Rick Fontaine.
So, I've always got a lit cigar.
You do.
I'm really glad that we've got the same place in our brain, Jacob.
This is really cool.
Going around. Yeah, you're better, Limp.
You are gaining in speed.
Okay. Do I have intelligence? Okay.
At this point, sorry, at this point you are a zombie chasing the party.
I'm going to find the nearest flammable stuff I can. Anything I can find.
There's loads of. I
Yep.
mean, there's fertilizer here. There's
yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
make a big bomb. Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to try and make a trail of lamp oil or something out of the building, and then just as LT's just coming out the door.
I really like this. There is a sudden. In fact,
No, sorry, just inside. Yeah, that smoking would be the death of me.
there is a boom and a huge explosion of powder dirt, soil, and strange plants in the Millhouse district. And Sabrina, you feel the shockwave and the warmth, and you look back, and you turn and you keep on running. It wafts throughout Redwind, a little explosion. At the fountain, a little cigarette case falls off a shelf and lands. The word Rick Fontaine just face up on top of it. It rocks a couple of times and is silent. And we will have an epilogue.
Ooh.
At a fancy noble residence, Sabrina, the urchin, is let in. She's not kept waiting very long at all, and you are let in to come and see the Lady Octavia. She is dressed in finery, and...
I wipe my nose with my sleeve.
Come in, my child. Tell me you have information for me.
Mm-hmm.
From Rick Fontaine.
Yep.
Well, I'm all ears.
Oh, yeah, sure. Before he got all exploded and stuff, he told me that I needed to give you this, and that he thinks it's like a plant, and they're sending it out, and
Where did you find this?
it was in where the explosion was.
Xanthi's greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
See.
And she'd been sending things. She had one of them growing there, but she'd sent them out.
How did you find Xanthi's greenhouse?
Don't remember now. We found the address.
Where?
In the library. Cause she'd taken out a whole load of books about a language or something.
Were there any books left?
No, none of them. She said they burned in the fire, and I guess if she was lying before, she isn't now.
Okay. And why did you think to look in the library?
Well, we saw all the writing on the walls in the sanatorium, and Lady Jane, she said that it was like Estalian or something like that, and she wanted to check it out.
And Lady Jane and Rick Fontaine both perished in the fire.
Mm-hmm. And LT.
I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been difficult for you.
I'm okay.
Didn't evoke any pain? Didn't make you feel sad?
Well, yeah, I guess.
To lose your friends?
A bit.
And know that, really, it probably was your fault.
What?
Well, you ran. You abandoned them.
Well, I came to tell you. It was what Rick and Lady Jane told me to do.
When you've been a bit more adult, a bit more able to take responsibility, realise that you don't have to do what you're told. How does that make you feel? You can see the shimmer around Lady Octavia fades. Her finery disappears, and she's getting closer and closer to you. And as she does, her skin turns into a pale pink, and a set of tentacles mouth towards you. Do you feel afraid? Because you should. And she lunges towards you, and we black out. And that
made no sense.
No, actually did.
That was the end that was the end of that session. Thank you very much, everybody, for sticking with us. We are back. We will be back with our regularly scheduled adventurers at the same time next week, 8 o'clock on Wednesday. So grab your snacks, grab your axe, come and join us. And as always, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye!